how happy were you to see the extension that Marcus got?
Really excited. I was, I told him I was really happy that he signed it, just because, like I said earlier, when he signed here, first thing I noticed was how many interceptions he had. And I was like, I wonder how he does that. And just from the knowledge he's given me and the talking he does on the field, I'm happy to be with him for however many, 3, 4 more years, however many more years, just to learn from him and, play alongside another great corner.
To generalize on that point, Marlon, I mean, has it been exciting for you guys to see all of the extensions that they've signed this year and, the way they've kind of set you guys up beyond this year?
Yeah, it's been really good. The cost has been, signing guys away. And all the guys he signed are great players. So it's been good to know, we got some, in this, unlike last year, there's a lot of who we're going to sign and this and that. And it's good to know we got a lot of guys already signed. And I remember when Dub, got released last year, I was at a track meet and I was like, so hopefully we won't have too many of those this year.
Like Marcus comes in the middle of the year. What's the process of kind of figuring out each other's ticks, how you guys work together? Something you have to spend more time on because you don't have the off season. Just walk me through kind of what that was like.
I think I'm not sure, I can't really remember exactly for all the guys, but with Marcus, when he came in, he more helped us restructure, especially in the secondary, the way he was talking and communicating. It was kind of Chuck was a big voice and, getting us lined up and things. And when Marcus came, he was another big, huge voice that was able to really help us. It wasn't like he came in and we had to figure out how he worked. He kind of came in and told us, hey, let's do it like this and this and that. And so for him, it's just been a great addition.
Marlon, if you could describe how you and your teammates are preparing mentally and physically for the playoffs and kind of the excitement in the locker room.
So preparing this week, mainly just going against each other, trying to get better with, ourselves, not so much focusing on an opponent. And then the excitement in the locker room, man, it's great. We had a very vocal practice today. I'm a little chirping back and forth today, so it was really fun. It was really fun. I can't go into too many details, but it was a good practice today. It was really fun.
Marlon, from your Alabama days, you're used to being kind of on a team that everybody's shooting for, and that's obviously the case with you guys at this point. Do you welcome that? Is that a good place to be in?
Yeah, I guess it's great. I think we played some good ball in the regular season. Going into this new season, it's really not a favorite. Everybody has a fair shot to win it all. So just gotta take it week by week, and you don't really get another one, so you gotta win out if you want to get there.
How different did today's practice feel than a usual practice, and do you feel like it's doing its job of keeping you guys sharp and locked in?
I think today's practice was just different because that you don't really have an opponent yet. A lot of people bye week might take the whole week off or whatever, but Harbaugh came and told us it's not really time to rest. I think Judon echoed that too. It's not really time to rest. It's time to get a little bit better. And we all went out there with a great attitude, thinking, let's just try to get better today, tomorrow, and then get 2 days off, and then come back and get ready to do it. So, sometimes to get yourself going, you just got to, talk a little trash, to the offense, and then they score and they celebrate and get it. So we just had a lot of fun today.
You talking trash? Who's talking trash out
I was, Lamar's been kind of sick lately. He threw a little incompletion. I was like, "Where's the Pepto-Bismol?" So it was a lot of chirping like that, and it was fun.
Marlon, I imagine you played a lot of outside cornerback at Alabama, and I imagine that kind of kept you from any potential blitzes for DBs in that scheme. Moving to slot has obviously put you in position to blitz more this year. What has that process been like, and is it something that cornerbacks, just like any other skill, can get better at the more that they practice?
Definitely. I remember when I guess I first kind of got in the slot, I was like, coach was like, hey, we want you to kind of look at some nickel stuff. And I was like, I'll try it. And it's definitely been different, just the different breaks and angles to the football, and everything's been really different. And I remember when, Jimmy, was hurt for a while, and it was me and Marcus at corner, and then he came back, and my dad my dad called me. He's like, who do you think's gonna play nickel when Jimmy comes back? And I'm like, I was talking for like 5 minutes, like, oh, we'll move this guy, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, I was like, I think I'm gonna be playing nickel. And so it was, for me, it was a big adjustment, just because I never really thought I could really, get in there and move too well. And, I had to learn a little bit more of the playbook. But it's really made me see the game a lot better. Just knowing because I already know what the corner's doing, and then knowing the nickel, I kind of know how the corner's gonna play it. And I try to, play it to where when I was at corner, you got to think, how do you want your nickel to play? And I kind of try to get on the same page as the corner. So it's been a new twist for me, but I've been doing all right with it for now. But I'll definitely have when Tavon comes back and he gets back in that spot, and I'm back outside.
On those nickel blitzes specifically, I mean, does it kind of trigger a different part of your football brain that you didn't really expect to have as active as it is here?
Yeah, I feel like a little linebacker a little bit, coming off the edge, but it's not too fun when those linemen see you, and then you gotta, it's not those guys are big, those guys are strong. I mess with Orlando and Ronnie all the time, like you guys couldn't block me, but those guys block me all the time in the game, so and maybe I'm not as strong as I think I am, but those guys are the blitzing has definitely been different. But with Wink, the way we call our plays, it's a lot of it. So the better you can get at it, it can only help the team.
Marlon, even before you were here, it seems like, and I know there's definitely different variables, but when Jimmy Smith has been healthy and playing, the Ravens have typically played really good defense. As I said, I know there's other factors, but why is he so important to your secondary, and how much has he meant to you personally, just in a veteran to learn from?
I think for me, Jimmy, he's big, long corner. He's had his fair share of injuries here and there, not the best moments, but when you got a guy that's that big and can run, it's kind of the way our defense is set up. You want a guy that can be able to cover one-on-one, and Jimmy's always been able to do that. He really wins at the line, so it gives a lot of time for the rush to get to the quarterback. And since I've been knowing, I remember the first time I saw him, I was like, this guy, I thought he was like a linebacker or something. And then he's just, what he does at the line is just really good, and that's been one of the things I've been trying to focus on. And not so much, you got the speed. I have the speed to just run with guys, but you don't want to, put all that stress on just running. You want to, win at the line, give the rush, Judon and all those guys some time to go get the quarterback. And usually when you just jam the guy, it can throw up the time of the throw.
You mentioned the ability to cover one-on-one. As an entire secondary, it's no secret you guys, the defense blitzes more than anyone in the league. How much pride do you guys take knowing when you do blitz that does leave the secondary on an island more often, that you guys can be that aggressive as a defense?
Yeah, it's tough. But it's the best thing is, it's just not really a secret. Wink's gonna, dial it up, call some blitzes here and there, and you're really not gonna have any help, even if you got a middle field safety there. He's only gonna do so much. So it puts a lot of stress. But I think Wink said it before, Harbs has said it before. For our defense to be able to be successful, you got to have guys that can cover really well. And I think looking at Marcus' contract, if you can do that in this defense, it'll pay off in the long run.
Marlon, you've said before that earlier this year that this is the best locker room you've ever been in. There's a different feel. How much do you credit John Harbaugh for the kind of the environment, allowing players to be themselves, allowing to have chippy practices and not overreacting to all that stuff?
It really, echoing off what Cully said, it really does twinkle down from Coach Harbaugh. Just even as I was in here talking about the wide receivers, not complaining about not getting the ball. That's like extremely rare. You see we run the ball, get the rushing record, and nobody's really complaining about not catching the ball. And Harbaugh comes in here, he makes most of the meetings fun, and we have a lot of fun. But the biggest thing that I think Harbaugh does is when it's time to work, we work, and when it's time to kind of have a good time, we can have a good time in a meeting here and there. And even the things like when we win, have a little food truck, little Tuesdays or whatever. It's just, just a token, just award. You can bring your family, you can come and eat a meal. It's very family cultured around here, and I think that just helps everything mesh well when, we put family in the locker room, put it on the walls, team, and all those things. and then it's a coach that really echoes it and really wants it like that, I think everyone just kind of jumps on the train.
One of your former Alabama guys, from a different time though, with Mark Ingram. I'm sure you've known him for a while, just even from afar, just watching his game. How different is his when you see him on the field, on the practice field, in training camp? How different is it up close compared to what you kind of watched him before?
I actually didn't. I've said I didn't know he was so animated. I guess I saw a little bit with him at the Saints, but he's brought some great chemistry to this offense of just having a good time. But like I said, when it's time to work, you work. But it's a lot of different characters on the team, and Mark's probably the biggest of them all, and Tuck, and it's just you just go down the line, and I think the biggest thing is everybody's himself. However way you act, you can come in here and act how you want to act, and nobody will really say anything to you, and that's really good when you can just live free around team and the coaches, and everybody just accepts you for who you are. And I think Mark's come in and we've embraced him, and it's been really great.
All right, thanks, Marlon.